Welcome to Whispers. Oh, gagong. Now, wow. So, afọ́jú lè ríran. So, odi lè sọ̀rọ̀. So, arọ lè rìn. Afọ́jú àwọn ará òkè ọya. Odi àwọn ará òkè ọya. Ara àwọn ará òkè ọya. Ó ti wá receive miracle. Níṣe lọ́pọ̀lọ́ wọ́n ń ta pọ̀ntọ̀pọ̀ntọ̀. Wọ́n ń ta ní bí pọ́ntọ̀. It's quite interesting. What a time to be alive. To see suddenly the northern part of the country finding its lost voice. Suddenly, the North are speaking, speaker, spoken less. Grammar ti fẹ́ tán lé oní grammar with conti. Àwọn grammars tó máa fọ́yàn lórí. Àwọn grammar tó jẹ́ pé àwọn bìtìkó gan tó lè dè. Wọ́n ti jùdà sọnù, wọ́n ti flush wọn down the toilet. Àwọn ará òkè ọya. It's a star-studded talk fair. It's a star-studded talk fair. Oh my goodness. We have the likes of Abdusalam, former president of the country. We have the likes of Shehu, former senator. We have the likes of Salihu, Lukman, former chieftain of one of the political parties, and everybody, each one of them has been screaming on top of their lungs, and in their nonsense, they're sensing it. It's quite interesting that the pot can be calling the kettle black. Àṣebàjẹ́ ṣe bí tòun là ń wí. Àṣebúburú ẹ̀kú ara fún ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọya. Kí ló dé náà? Kí ló ń ta yín? Kí ló ń run yín? Ṣó ń dùn yín ni àbọ̀ ń dùn mọ́ yín? Àbọ̀ ń na yín lára? Èwo gan-an ló ń ṣe fún yín nínú mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta? Kí ló dé tẹ́ fẹ́ kú lẹ́kìkú tó dé? Kí ló dé tẹ́ fẹ́ kú lẹ́kìkú tó dé? Ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹ ti rí nǹkan tó fẹ́ pa yín náà. Ariwo yìí pọ̀. Ariwo tẹ́ ẹ̀ pa nígbà tọ́mọ yín wà lórí oyè. Ariwo tẹ́ ẹ̀ pa nígbà tẹ́yin gorí ẹṣin. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń tẹ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù mọ́lẹ̀, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ̀pàkọ́. Kí wá láriwo? The North is crying me a river. They are seriously crying me a river. I mean, they are.
Look rice today. I looked around.
You just decided to come and deliberately say this in my life. Oh, children. Oh, God bless them. Don't mind my daughter, Jerry. Where was I? So, she did it on purpose. She did it deliberately. So, where was I? So, the northern leaders, the northern Jegudujeras, the destroyers of their people, they've been crying me a river. Narcissists them. They are not trying to shift the blame of what they've done to their people, to what they've turned their society, their race into. They've turned them, they deliberately impoverished them, they deliberately put them in abject poverty, and the northern case is quite pathetic, because whatever is going on there is man-made. They deliberately impoverished the people. Suffer them, starve them in everything good. Starve them economically, health, food-wise, health-wise, educationally. Now the money, the common purse that is supposed to be for everybody's good, some misfit, some greedy lords, they decided to take everything for themselves. They are now the philanthropists. They are now doing rankadidi for them. They are now doing rankadidi. Oh my God, it's pathetic. And now, they are now coming out to blame somebody else for what they did to themselves, by themselves, for themselves. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, coming from the likes of Abdusalam Abubakar, that wrote the 1999 Constitution that is still being used in Nigeria even up till now. It's coming up with things like, come along with me, let's go find out. I mean, coming from Abubakar's mouth, saying hardship in Nigeria getting out of control. That is him telling President Tinubu's government. Interesting. When he was there, wasn't there hardship? Let's find out. The former military head of state, General Abdusalam Abubakar, retired, has warned that the economic hardship in Nigeria is getting out of control, and he urged the government to act fast. Act fast. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ act fast? Ṣé Tinubu that is sick mentally, physically, psychologically, in every aspect of being sick? When Buhari was there, Baba Gosime, why didn't he tell Buhari to act fast? Out of Buhari and Tinubu, who is fastest? Tinubu tó ti ń dànù. Ṣebí Buhari tiẹ̀ ṣe máa kó ara jọ bí anga. Ó ṣì máa rìn. Wọ́n ti sọ pé kò kí n tó lára wèrè kó má sì páyà. Ìrìn ó sójà lẹ́wọ̀n dáì. A máa rìn bí robot bẹ́ẹ̀ nípò mad. Ó ṣì wà lára ẹ̀. Tinubu dàgẹ̀rẹ̀ lóná. Kò ṣe exercise, kò ṣe kàn. Mo rántí. During their campaign, they now dressed him up. He was not cycling. The way he was even doing the cycling, because of even a toddler that started cycling, will cycle better. I was like, gbogbo kíní tó ń wá yìí, ara ríro. When they were packaging him, damaged good, when they are packaging him during the so-called campaign. So, act fast, begin. Oh, the hardship in the land is getting out of control. Before, was it under control? He said at his residence in Mina, when he received the leadership of the Campaign for Democracy and Human Rights, led by Abdullahi Muhammad Jabi, who paid him a birthday visit. General Abdusalam added, "Per the sun, everybody is crying about this hardship, and it seems to be getting out of control. People can't afford 3 square meals. Speak for yourself. This hardship has been there before. Are you telling us, Abubakar, that you're feeling the hardship? That you can't afford 3 square meals? The issue of transportation, the hike and fall, the hike in school fees for the children, and the lack of funds in everybody's pocket is making life difficult for everybody. Nigerians are suffering. Oh, really, Abubakar? So you're feeling it. You're feeling it. So why do you say generalization? Why are you saying everybody? Speak for yourself. We will continue to encourage the government to introduce measures to soften the hardship, adding that the federal, states, and local governments should see how they can cushion this economic hardship. The former military leader, however, disclosed that he belonged to a forum that had made recommendations to the federal government on the way out of the economic hardship in the land. I would like to inform you that in some of the proposals we have given to the government on another platform, given palliatives is not the answer to the high prices of food and other items in the country. What is the answer? What is the answer? The answer that you couldn't give you. What? Recommendations to tell for Buhari. Oh, this is a matter of who will bear the cat. Since Tinubu has offered himself to bear the cat, to be the sacrificial lamb. Okay, ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ di gbogbo ẹrù rú. Ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ nígbà tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé òun náà kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ ẹlẹ́rù town council. Kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ ẹlẹ́rù town council ṣe bóun ló ṣe rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe orẹ́sẹ̀ wèrè òbúṣú ogun ọjọ́ wo ló tó fẹ́ rí tọ́ ta wá lọ́lọ́gbọ́n tó máa gbé tiẹ̀ lẹ̀ ta lọ́lọ́gbọ́n tó máa gbé tiẹ̀ ló yẹ kẹ́ ẹ dẹrù rú ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ dẹrù ṣé o ṣe jọ all these recommendations ṣe ẹ ṣe fún Buhari tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ṣe fún Buhari mélòó nú ẹ̀ ló múlò mélòó nú recommendations yín ló múlò àbí tí ò múlò so it's all good pilate ṣé bí palliatives tí wọ́n sọ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ará òkè ọ̀yà ti ń rí ṣebí ńgbà tí wọ́n ń pín agolo míìkì fáwọn ará àṣàlẹ̀ fáwọn ará àti ọmọlúàbí ṣebí àpò lápò náà ń gbé fún yín àwòdìjẹun ìpè sanra tẹ́ ẹ jẹjẹrẹ tí ò yọ lára ṣebí láyé Buhari wọ́n ṣe rú fún yín nìyẹn kàǹtìkàǹtì tí wọ́n ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe welfare services fún yín lókè ọ̀yà kò yọ lára yín ẹ jẹ́ sórí náà níbi ìtẹ́dẹ́. There is a need for the government to flood and saturate the communities with food. Let them government buy food and sell it at lesser prices to the people so that people will try to buy some of these food items depending on their pockets and income. What income? What pockets? Buy what with what? What will they use to, when they are selling a bag of rice for 100,000 naira for a bag of rice, and you said your own minimum wage, the new minimum wage is 70,000. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? You are telling the government to flood and saturate communities with food. Food from where? Food from where? Imported food. What is wrong with the land? Why can't people plant farm? Why can't people grow their own food? What is wrong? But wọ́n lè gún ẹ̀yin náà ni in conjunction pẹ̀lú àwọn Boko Haram ẹ ti mú gbogbo àwọn farmers ẹ ti pa wọ́n tán ẹ wá ní sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì lọ́ọ́ máa róúnjẹ ń bọ́ ló ti fẹ́ róúnjẹ ṣé other countries máa feed the citizen wọn èyí tó bá wà left over ni wọ́n máa wá tà fún yín ni wọ́n máa wá whoever controls your food controls you. Mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ cause food insecurity. Mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ cause famine. jẹ́ kí jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn jẹ́ àwọn àgbẹ̀ ẹ̀mú pa wọ́n tán ká ló fẹ́ kú ó wá sọ pé kó lọ máa oúnjẹ from mo jẹ́ manna from heaven is it manna it by depending on their pocket income ṣé gbogbo population yìí tó ti di babiya ńlá àṣírí ìyàbò babiya ńlá àdúrà yàgbà babiya ńlá alákòóbá babiya ńlá alákòódì ṣé àwọn babiya ńlá ló máa rówó oúnjẹ. We have passed these recommendations to the government. We hope they will implement it, he added. Stupid recommendation. Stupid, silly recommendation. Go flood, go saturate the communities with food. Food from where? Imported food. Go buy the food items depending on their pockets and income. Well, what did the people have to say? Oh, this is interesting. Excuse me, sir. I want to check what you said. When Bubu was Lord of the Manor, say it's not Fulani agenda by Ifa, caused una military boys or ex-boys, especially Fulanis, they only talk when move the Koro. When move the Koro. Was he not in the country before now? Elder statesman, you were there when INEC robbed the citizens. What did you do? Hypocrite. Are you not one of them that voted the vote of convenience? Yes. Abdusalam, you are a two-faced son of the gun. Didn't you go to Aso Rock? Aso Rock tó ti lulẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ lọ fún Tinubu ní vote of confidence. The only person tí ò lọ ni I think Ọbásanjọ́ ò lọ torí nígbà yẹn ó ń ṣòfò ara káàkiri ó lọ ṣe something America àti mi ò rò pé àbíbí lọ ń bọ̀ láàárọ̀ fẹ́ lọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ń bọ̀ láàárọ̀ fẹ́ lọ gbogbo yìí lẹ lọ́tọ́ lọ fún ní vote of confidence kó vote of confidence yẹn dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ́ ó ní iye gbẹ̀mù tó bá dé so èwo lẹ wá ṣe yín sókè bí ẹ̀wọ̀n sísun sí tẹ́ ẹ̀ sunkún ká bí ẹni tán fọṣẹ́ níwọ̀ṣẹ́ ọ̀fọ́ṣẹ́ yìí náà bẹ́ẹ̀ kódà kẹfù kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́yẹ eléyìí ẹ ti tó jẹ́bọ lóòsì àti Tinubu lọ kò sí bàbá ńlá yálà yẹn ni tí ò bọ̀ yà jọkú ni kàkà kílẹ̀ kú báyìí ẹ máa ṣáni ẹjọ́ máa para yín dà sọnù ni that is it that is just it gather boys for the urine machine in Aso Rock otherwise we don't want to hear this senseless lamentations coming from hypocrites and Abosians. They are Nigerians and Abosians at the same time. It's already out of hand, Oga. Which one is it? It's getting out of hand. Poverty originated in the north. Absolutely. Poverty originated in the north too. So it's better go to spread down. Things spread down. But the impact is, but kó tó deteriorate ju bí tó wà lọ ká pín gàrí. Have you ever asked General Buhari, who was in power for 8 years, to act fast with hardship? Fulanis and northern Muslims. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n rí nǹkan kan sọ láyé Buhari. Wọ́n rí nǹkan kan sọ láyé Buhari. Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ sọ? Nígbà tó jẹ́ pé it's their own. Wọ́n ní sọ nǹkan kan. They are just suffering and smiling. When you were busy looting, did you think about this? Yes, so tó bá ń wá the cleanest chop and clean mouth is this Abdusalam. Ìwọ̀nba àgbà péréte tó lò ń bẹ̀ lẹ́yìn interim Shoneko. Oh my God. Òun ló ń lọ yẹn. But you joined your fellow past presidents to go and give Tinubu a pass mark. To go and give Tinubu a pass mark. Recently, what has changed? Mo, where the pass mark? Where the alert tí wọ́n get to merit the pass mark ni wọ́n ṣe decide láti change him out. Scratch my back and scratch yours, son. Ain't it? A word from a concerned elder Bekini. To be forewarned is to be forewarned. To be forewarned is to be forewarned. Nigeria has no friends in Africa. And she's too huge to burst, tomato burst. I repeat again, during my professional over the years, I discovered that no other African citizen loves Nigeria. Headache it in 1 year. Is their loss? Then, where do you go if the bubble bursts? Just watch the Sudan situation and learn. Because the bubble ni burst. We were never one. Adeli were one. Geographically, though tribes and tongue may differ, our motherland. Geographically, everybody is still on their motherland. So all this using Nigeria to crisscross will stop. Nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá burst at the seams. Tó burst tó ní kálukú jórúkọ ọba bẹ́ẹ̀. So kò sí kíní kankan. If Nigeria burst today, the world is not gonna end. Everybody will stay on their lane. Everybody will stay within their geographical location. That is it. Everyone is not gonna fall. The people whose heaven is gonna fall are the political elites, the greedy ones, the robbers, the stealers, the killers. Those are the ones that are gonna face whatever. So, excuse you. Don't you boss to that son? Agbadores are nowhere to be found. Those still supporting the government and rationalizing their policies have a big problem. I mean, by all indices, Nigeria is the failed state. Barely. The economy has tanked and inflation is at over 30%. And in the midst of all, politicians still weaponize poverty. Nigeria is 50 years behind the rest of the world. Absolutely. Everything is weaponized too. Everything is weaponized too. Election weaponized. Education weaponized. Health services weaponized. Transportation weaponized. Here they are breathing. What were weaponized? The everything. Everything about Nigeria is weaponized too. So part of the Agbadonomics is to give Nigeria good governance, hand insecurity, demystify the NLPC, kill corruption, improve energy and infrastructure, create jobs and see if Nigerians will complain of hunger. The palliative rice that the government announced months ago, was it not stolen by the same politician? Benio! Did General Abubakar cite any of them? Yeah, they smell. Yes, so. I want you, not them. Now them rights that the masses did not say. The suffering has not started. We all kept quiet when Yakubu Muhammad sold our votes to Tinubu. Benny, where was Abubakar then? Where was Abdusalam then? There is no need for the government to flood and saturate the communities with food. And at the same time, the government cannot buy food and sell it cheaply to people to eat or resell. How long will they do it? Look at the rice proposed to be sold to federal civil servants at 40,000. Has it sold after over 2 months of its proposal? The crux of the hardship is fuel price increase. Fuel is like the lifeblood of the economy. Anything that affects it negatively affects the life of the economy. Even with Dangote Refinery commencing sales of PMS, the witches and wizards at NLPC and Aso Rock, who are bent on sucking the blood and eating the flesh of Nigerians, still don't want it to sell cheap. Bring down the price of oil, and Ashe will proportionately reduce. It's not rocket science. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, ẹ gbà wá lọ́wọ́ petroleum minister o, who also doubles as the president o, and Mele Kyari o, the NNPC and his cohorts o, and also Dangote Refinery o, and the Calabar. All those people, they are the principal actors killing the masses. Tẹ́bá ti yọwọ́ kílà ń kó wọn kúrò láwo tẹ́bá ti yọwọ́ kílà ń kó wọn kúrò so Abdusalam, cry me a river. Hardship is getting out of control. Cry me a river. Kí lẹ wá ètí rí, ṣé bọ́dún kan ló tí ì lò, ọdún kan ló tí ì lò náà, kí ló dé? Èyí tí Buhari ṣe fọ́dún mẹ́jọ, mi ò gbọ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀ náà, mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó ṣe assist, mi ò mọ̀ pé ó ṣe wà lókè pẹ́, mo rò pé ó ti wà 6 feet below ni, mi ò mọ̀ pé ó ṣe wà, mo rò pé ó ti wà 6 feet below ni, tó wọn hardship ń bo, hardship kọ́, hard boat ni, tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì rí nǹkan kan. Ẹbí Buhari ó ṣe ìmọ̀ tiẹ̀ fọ́dún mẹ́jọ, ẹ jẹ́ kí lè náà ṣe ìmọ̀ tiẹ̀ náà, kí ló dé? So the next contributor, the next crier is Salihu Lukman. He's crying tone is even Abacha was more accessible than President Tinubu. Tinubu tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ wọn, ó fi kọ́kọ́rọ́ pamọ́. Tinubu. What is the even Abacha? After all, Abacha is dead now. Are you wishing President Tinubu death? Definitely even Abacha was more accessible. Kọ́ni máa dà, kọ́ni máa go bury am. Wayo. Everybody doing wayo for each other. Let's hear his cry. Let's hear his cry. So, the former, why are they all former? All of them are former. Akisa Lugbari. Adugbo Shogeri. I think it's the all formers are ganging up. Ex-president, ex-vice president, ex-vice chairman, ex-exes. Ó dàbí ẹni pé the exes, they felt, the political exes felt left out because the president is romancing the political side, the current political wives and side chicks. Yeah, number to buy one exes, all this former, because I noticed that all the northerners crying, the winning wailers so are former. These are people that they've done. Wọ́n ti lò sáà tí wọ́n kọjá, wọ́n ti lò gbà tí wọ́n kọjá, wọ́n ti jẹ, they don't chop, they chop them cocoa, they chop quench during their own time. So, so they know what's at stake. They know the modo. They know what the people there now are enjoying. So anyone water, wọ́n imagine gbà táwọn náà wà ń bẹ, irú tó pa, irú àrà tó dá, irú, So all these exes, man, they are crying, Tinubu, Ojuyobo, Escobar, find something for them. Even if it's just to shock them out. This crying, wanting constitute noise pollution, wanting constitute nuisance, especially from the north. Wọ́n máa ké kú ni, igbe rárá lára ké wọlé igbe rárá. wọ́n máa ké kú ni o. So let's find out. The former National Vice Chairman, Northwest of the ruling APC, Salihu, has described President Tinubu as inaccessible. Oh, inaccessible, ẹjọ́. Èyìnbó ìgàlọ́lá. Èyìnbó ògàntí o. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀? Gọ́gù, Ifá gọ́gù lọ́wọ́ wá. Oh my God. Google ni unable to be reached or entered. Ẹ̀yàrá òkè yẹ lè reach Tinubu. Lè enter. Ayé búbú. Lẹ́ ń wọlé lẹ́ ń jáde. Lẹ́ ń wọlé lẹ́ ń jáde, lẹ́ ń sítọ́ lẹ́ ń wúkọ́ lẹ́ ń játọ́ bó ṣe wù yín. Kò sí yẹn mọ́. Very difficult or impossible to reach. Tó tún mú èèyàn ará òkè ọ̀yà ó má dùn mí fún yín tó ṣe pé ajá Tinubu tó rí yín tó ń yọrù tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti wá rí yín ó ń gbóǹsìn ṣé pé eyín tí ajá Tinubu tó fi ń bá yín ṣeré nígbà yẹn ó ti wá fi ń ké yín jẹ báyìí. Olúlu onílù ya gbóhùn sókè tí rí nǹkan kan ọmọ olódòdó wọn ò tí rí kankan ọmọ olódòdó wọn ò tí rí nǹkan. This is fantastic. Unobtainable, untouchable. Is untouchable. Tí yín bá wá bá yín báyìí o. Very difficult. President Bola Tinubu is inaccessible. In a statement released, Lukman said former Nigerian leader, late head of state, General Sani Abacha, was more accessible than President Tinubu. Excuse me, he also called on former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Ibrahim Babangida, as well as retired General Aliyu Gusau, to innovate strategies that could displace the APC from power in 2027. Kí la gbé kí lẹ jù ṣé bí ńgbà tí Buhari náà wà ń bẹ. Buhari was inaccessible now. Buhari kò ta sẹ́nì kọ̀kọ̀. Ṣé bá rìn lórí tẹ́lì? Any other tribe bá ló máa tilẹ̀kùn mọ́rí ni. But tó bá já wọn ti yín, àwọn sọ̀nùkù bí òjò tìyàn á rí yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé wọn lé tẹ̀ ń jáde. Tẹ́ ń jayé ọlọ́ba. Tẹ́ ń yan fanda. Àrídànsákì ti Buhari lára yín. Kí ló wá dé fọ́dún mẹ́jọ? Kí ló wá dé? Fọ́dún mẹ́jọ Tinubu tó débẹ̀ yìí ṣebẹ̀ pátì ní alo pátì ní náà alo pátì là á lọ́kọ́. alopati làálàdá ṣé bí ẹ lu ẹ pátì ni ṣé bí ìgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ lọ second term ìgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ lọ second term lẹ pé wá pé kó wá bá yín yanjú ẹ̀ kó wá bá yín lọ́wọ́ sí so kí lẹ wá ń sọ pásítọ̀ àfihàn ìyáálé ní ń bẹ lájà fún ìyá what goes round comes round abeg get over yourself kí ló dé káwá displace the APC from power in 2027 He said Nigerians are currently facing an existential crisis because the nation's democracy is in the intensive care unit. I see. Oh, I'm laughing. I'm laughing in Russia. Not today. Say not today. Say not today. The democracy demonstration. Say not today. The crazy demonstration that all of you are doing is in intensive care unit. Oh, so it has now dawned on you, former Lukman, former vice chairman, that Nigerians are facing existential crisis. Our tables turn. Our tables turn. But when Buhari was doing his own, it wasn't existential crisis then. So Tinubu is now a terror that is threatening you people's existence. So, ẹ ti ń pọ̀ kàkà kú. So, ẹ̀rù kún bà yín ẹ fẹ́ kú. Oh my God. Yeah. So your existence. So the existence of all you people is being threatened by the way Tinubu is managing his ship under just 1 year. But for the 50-something existence of Nigeria, that you people have been terrorizing the people, you didn't see it as you didn't see it as a crisis. So it is Nigeria's democracy that is in the intensive care unit of oh my God. That is in the intensive care unit of the ICU. Oh my God. Oh, my eyes don't they come out water. The not are really crying, no. Oh, Tinubu, what do you do them like this? You're a bad shadow. Shago lere. Iná lójú iná lẹ́nu, you don't the fire roast them. You don't roast them enter intensive care unit too. The northerners are burnt beyond. They are burnt beyond recognition. Then they for ICU. If they survive this one too, Allah be praised too. Oh my God. Oh, good gracious. So, continue. Lukman said, more than at any time in the history of Nigeria, citizens have been impoverished on an alarming scale. Now today, this is not the ripple effect of what Buhari done now. Tinubu has not even started his own. He never starts consent. Since May 29, 2023, when President Asiwaju took over, it has been a downward slide for Nigerians. Being a democratic government, the expectation would have been that the President Tinubu would be more accessible. Accessible to who? Europe ma wa accessible fún yín. Yeah. Alas, he is proving to be the God help me. God help me. I can laugh. I can shout. So, since after Tinubu don't packet us up to now, that is over a year now. Being a democratic government, the expectation would have been that President Tinubu will be more accessible. Torí pé dídìrín lẹ́pẹ́ ọ̀dẹ́lẹ́pẹ́ a ní ó ní pàtàkì Buhari bọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ lòún máa wọ̀ ṣebí bí Buhari náà ṣe nìyẹn so kí wá láriwo proving to be the most inaccessible leader of Nigeria. Even late General Sani Abacha was by far more accessible. All previous military governments are turning out to be much more open to consultations and receptive to recommendations from Nigerians than the government of President Asiwaju Tinubu. They are more open to consultations. Consultations on what? For what? By who? Lọ́mọ consult ẹ ẹ dúró pé ẹ máa jókòó lé lórí ẹ máa sọ fún pé wàá ṣe gbá wàá ṣàwo ṣe Buhari ń gbà títí ó wà open to consultations from other parts of the country other than Fulani other than ẹ̀yin ará Òkè Ọya tẹ́ wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní pọ́lọ́ ń wà lẹ́yìn tẹ́ ẹ̀ sókè tẹ́ ẹ sọ́ dilẹ̀ rádaràda kí ló wá ń dùn yín military ẹ lè lọ gbé military wá ẹ lọ gbé military wá ká wá wò ó ẹ lọ gbé military wá ìyẹn gan ló máa mú yá ẹ lọ gbé wá recommendations what gbogbo recommendations tẹ fún àwọn past head of state kí náà fi ṣe would the recommendations help? As President of the Federal Republic, President Asiwaju Tinubu shows his worst side. Ọmọ olódò dẹ ẹ tí rí nǹkan kan ó show his worst side. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ yẹn o. Some of the key projects of the last government have been abandoned, of course. A good example is Kaduna Abuja Road, which is becoming a death trap. Welcome to other people's reality. Welcome to planet Earth. So you got 10 year old Nigeria they happen to you. Hey ya, wayo, wayo. Nigeria they happen to you. Hey ya, death trap. But without any budgetary provision, a new project of more than 15 trillion, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway started. Meanwhile, public investment towards addressing the insecurity challenges is at best business as usual, and the insecurity crisis is reduced to ceremonial show of shame and public lamentations by leaders, he stated. Ngbàtí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀, all this insecurity kìíní kan ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní operation safe corridor sọ nǹkan kan náà sọ nǹkan kan, wasn't it business as usual? Láyé àwọn Bórátáyè, wasn't it business as usual? Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gba yín fi Boko Haram sympathizer as vice president. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti wá bá yín fi bandit sympathizer as minister for defence. Mátọ́wálé kí lẹ tún wá fẹ́, kí lẹ tún fẹ́. Tí kò bá yìí ṣe dáadáa ni ó fi ṣe olè láàfẹ́ ránṣọ́, olè ló mẹ́sí olè tọ̀ lórí àpáta. Ó ti mọ̀ pé area of specialty yín ni, business yín ni, ó dẹ̀ rọra fi yín síbẹ̀ pé kẹ́ ẹ wà in charge of it, kẹ́ lè bá a rọ̀ ní ẹ̀ dáadáa. Kí ni gbé, kí lẹ kó, kí láriwo, kí ni gbé, kí lẹ kó, kí láriwo, kí ló dé? Ẹkún ìpọ̀ o. Well, mo tiẹ̀ ti ẹ̀rín yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Káwọn èèyàn yà sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. So let's find out what the masses are saying. Una no know who una vote for. When una dey chop in money, e dey sweet una. Now e dey pay una. Yes, so. They deceived the North with a Muslim ticket. People with low brain. Now you are looking for access. If you need access, you better go to Access Bank. Who slap Access Bank? Access Bank, you don't chop slap, oh. You don't chop slap for this matter, oh. It is good to see a Fulani cry. Yes, so. And complain because it will help the victims of Fulani atrocities in Nigeria feel good. Yes, so. Nigeria don't happen to them. In Nigeria, just happened to them for just 1 year. For just 1 year, they are crying up and down. They are crying up and down. And feel good and strategize strongly against Fulani. So on this score, I say Tinubu, well done. Abacha was available to Northerners. Benny was available to only Northerners. So why didn't Buhari complete the Abuja-Kaduna road? Buhari spent 8 years in power before being president. He lived in Kaduna yet couldn't complete the project. You are pained that BAT is constructing a mega project in the south and you will soon cry blood because he is staying 8 years. Oh my goodness. Was there a time you appealed to IBB and Obasanjo to strategize on how to replace Buhari in 2019 when he contested for election? Because he is your northerner. A southerner is in power. Hell will let loose against him recontesting. It will not work. Can you imagine? So they just want to give Tinubu 4 years. 8 years, let us sign. 8 years, let us sign. More accessible to you, ba? Go complain to Abuja. Go complain to Abacha or go meet Amo. They don't block you, laugh at laugh. That is why Abacha is dead. He was easy to get access to. So when the USA came to see him via the Secretary of State at the time, Condoleezza Rice, who planted the neuropoison that did the job that finished him. After Abacha met Condoleezza Rice. He fell sick, and that was it. CIA executed a perfect hit. Ask if Buhari was accessible, and why was he mute then? Una never see anything. Yes, so. Yes, so. Ṣé Buhari wà accessible? Ṣé wà accessible? Ẹ máa tanra yín. Ẹ máa tanra yín. Agbádá ni wọ́n máa dà gẹ̀rẹ̀yẹ̀ tí wọ́n protect Buhari. No other tribe no ní access sí Buhari. Àwítọ́ Buhari sọ pé àwọn Igbo they are dot, tiny dot on the map. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Wọ́n pariwo up and down. Oh my God, I've never laughed so hard. I mean, I had water come out from my eye, waiting. All because of what? Now, wow. So, the crying still continued, though. The crying still continued, though. So, where Shehu left, where Lukman left, Shehu Sani continued, and Shehu Sani's cry is quite different. Shehu Sani is kind of like a whistleblower. So let's see. So I know àwọn ará they've been up to no good. They've managed to stage a protest that was a failure. So the protest just highlighted their deficiencies, their inhuman treatment of their people. So the so-called bad governance protest, ó ṣì dí wọ́n lẹ́nu. Tó bá sọ pé afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́ àti rí ìdí adìyẹ, ó ṣì dí wọ́n lẹ́nu ládùúrò the decay, ládùúrò tó ṣe deprive àwọn èèyàn wọn, the way tó ṣe treat àwọn èèyàn wọn, ó ṣì dí wọ́n lẹ́nu ní yàyà ni. So kí ni Shehu sọ? So Shehu Sani now said any attempt to unseat Tinubu in 2027 can destroy Nigeria's unity. Meanwhile, putting in mind that Salihu Lukman said that IBB, Obasanjo, and Gusau should see to it that come 2027, Tinubu, that 2027 should be the end of Tinubu. NDB ti bo èèyàn lóun ló kàn. Alẹ́jọ́ máa ṣe fúnra yín ni sẹ́. Buhari tó ti ẹ̀ ní the babu and the monkey. We have a bloodbath. So kò go second king. In as much as Yakubu is still there. Mr. Yakubu ẹ má ṣe froster. Ẹ máa tora yín Tinubu tó ti wà 20 steps ahead. Ó ti ń bribe àwọn judges lọ tó ti mọ̀ pé tóun bá ṣàparú tuntun. Ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn judges náà máa kó wa. Ó ti ń bribe wọn lọ. Ó ti ń bribe gbogbo àwọn tó wà in key positions. You know that kind of ṣé bọ́ọ̀ ló tún ti reshuffle government ẹ̀yà bó ṣe máa reshuffle nìyẹn tó ṣebí torí Yakubu wà ní INEC ni tí Tinubu bá wá gbé tó bá lọ gbé èèyàn títí ẹ̀sìn INEC nǹkan àfi kẹ́ ẹ yá kú tó dẹ̀ máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa tanra yín tí many tẹ́ ń bá tayọ. So former Kaduna lawmaker former náà ni àwọn former náà ń pariwo. Senator Shehu Sani has cautioned northern leaders against attempting to unseat President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential elections, warning that such actions could jeopardize the nation's unity. Níbo ni new unity ọ̀hún? There has never been unity. You people are just deceiving yourself. The only people that has unity is you people. You political killers, political jobbers, you political charlatans. You are when you want to destroy the people, when you want to gang up against the masses, that is where the unity is. There is no unity. We were never one, right? We can never be one, right from the word go. So there's no unity. Tribes and tongues differ now. Geographically, no. Everybody gets inland. So, excuse you, rephrase. Sani conveyed this message during an interview when he advised the northern leaders to focus on leveraging the policies and programs of the Tinubu administration that benefit the northern region rather than seeking additional political power. Sani said, "There is evidence of rallying of forces, regrouping of forces, political forces from the north trying to use former President Buhari as a rallying point to evict the government of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu." Mẹ́tàlá yín ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mẹ́tàlá yín ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Of all people, àlẹ́ ẹ̀pọ̀nú ẹ̀yìn afọ́fùgbẹ́mu Buhari. Kí ni credibility Buhari tí ò lẹ́nu ń bẹ̀? Buhari agùnwá nìyẹn. Buhari tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ètò yẹ kó fi gbọ́ ló fi gùn. Buhari lẹ fẹ́ lọ gbé wá. Ẹ lọ gbé wá. Ẹ lọ gbé wá. Ẹ bá Tinubu bẹ̀ lákọ̀. Ẹjọ́ máa ṣe afúnra yìí ni. And they hope to resurrect its political chance in the House of the Masses and portray the government as one that has been undermining the North and one that has not been living up to its campaign promises to the region, being that it has its highest votes from them. And so, which highest votes? So the people get the highest votes, so it should now be slaves to you people. And I must warn that attempts to do that can create a serious problem for our country. Which country? Láàrin ara yín ló ti máa create a serious problem now. Láàrin ara yín ló ti problem wọn ló fẹ́ create ju pé ká pín gàrí lọ. That is not a problem. It's a welcome development. Which problem? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá lè jẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ pọ̀nà jẹ́ ló máa jẹ́ problems fún. Torí àwọn èèyàn yín wọ́n máa fà yín ya pẹ́rẹpẹ́rẹ. So, excuse you? Buhari was in power for 8 years, and there has never been any serious southerner that challenged his own government in terms of trying to remove him from office. Abio. And secondly, we should know that before you think of power, you should think of the whole country. We should be thinking of a united country, a peaceful country. Nigeria is still fragile. It's still a fragile nation. What will happen if southern politicians decide to also form the idea of uniting themselves and making a position that this is their stand? You see now, wọ́n ti rí yín bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lápá àṣálẹ́. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé ẹnu yín ò kò. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé ṣé ti gbọ́ nǹkan tí Sani sọ? Sani ní kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ṣe àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà. Tẹ́ bá ṣe òṣùṣù ọwọ̀. Tẹ́ níbi tẹ́ ẹ dúró sí ni. There will be no Nigeria. Tó túmọ̀ sí pé arìnpọ̀ méjò ló fìyà jẹ wọ́n. Tí Soro wà wájú, tí Paramọ́lẹ̀ tẹ̀lé, tí kí lorúkọ ejò yìí o, Èjòlá tó tẹ̀lé, Tọ́ká tó tẹ̀lé, ẹni tí wọ́n bá ti wá bí ẹ̀dá kó wá gbiná wojú ẹkùn. Ṣùgbọ́n arìnpọ̀ méjò ló fìyà jẹ wọ́n. Tó bá rí Paramọ́lẹ̀ ẹyọkọ̀ ni wọ́n á pa á. Wọ́n máa dá pa á. Wọ́n sọ pé there will be no Nigeria. Tó túmọ̀ sí pé Nàìjíríà tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà sí àwọn ará apá àṣálẹ́ ni. Torí pé ẹnu wọn ò kò ní tẹ́nu wọn bá kò pé òkè ibi báyìí. Àṣẹ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà máa ṣe mọ́ náà nìyẹn. Wọ́n rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí. So they should in the interest of unity of the country and the future of the country sacrifice their personal ambition at least for 2027. And the North will have the moral right. Imagine their sense of entitlement. The North will have the moral right to ask for power after the second term of this administration. This desperation for power will not go well for the region, for the unity and collective peace of our country as a nation. My imagine. Fact of the matter is, wọ́n mọ̀ pé àìkò divide and rule. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé divide and rule wa, òun ló ń fìyà jẹ wá. It's the divide and rule wa tó sì keep us enslaved in this entrapment tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Imagine Sani tó rí ráhùn tó rí wọ́lọ̀wọ̀lọ̀ bí ejò onú. Aláàfro sọnù. Tó tí Sani máa sọ pé what will happen if Southern politicians decide to also form the idea of uniting themselves and making a position that this is their stand. Tó túmọ̀ sí pé ẹ̀yin Southern politicians stand anywhere bẹ̀lẹ̀ fèsì ni. Oh my God, there will be no Nigeria. Imagine. Agbára wà lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ̀ mọ́ lò. That is àwọn politicians. That is láàrin ara wọn. Tí àwọn masses, imagine how powerful it will be. Tí àwọn masses from the north, from the east, from the south, from the west, tí wọ́n bá wá dìde, tí wọ́n bá wá ní enough páwọn fáwọn politicians yìí mọ́. Kó ní kálukú dá dúró. Wouldn't that be lovely? Imagine. Pé they cause sacrifice their personal ambition for at least 2027. But jẹ́ kó di 2027. Only the North will have the moral right to ask for power. What moral right? Power for what? Ṣé tó ní kálukú bá dá dó ṣó máa sọ gbogbo eléyìí? Moral right. Look at it. Look at their sense of it. They are so full of shite. Look at their sense of entitlement. After the second time of this administration, this desperation for power will not go well for the region, for the unity and the collective peace of our country, Nigeria. Komurasi. Emphasizing the need for northern leaders to address the problems faced in their region, Sani added. It is a historical fact that people from the north have been in political power for a longer time. Benny, that power was an opportunity for them to use to develop their region, to address the problems of insecurity, education, underdevelopment, and the widening gap between the rich and the poor. But they choose to do nothing. So the situation got worse. And they're expecting Tinubu to come and perform the Lagos whatever it is that they said he performed was a mirage. But unfortunately, that power was that ought to have been used. That way was misused. The northern region is ahead in the poverty index, but lags behind in industry and in many aspects of development. Benny, thanks to who? Thanks to you. You, Sani Shehu talking. You are one of them. It is a serious concern because part of the problem we are facing in the north today can be rooted in a history of bad governance, a history of corruption, a history of insensitive leaders, and a history of people who ought to have used power to develop their own part of the country, which they have not been able to do so. Why are they not being able to do so? Because they are selfish and self-centered. Because they are doing afemi. Because they are doing emi loko. So, what truthful be by? Because you are holding yourselves accountable for whatever it is that happened to your people. You mismanaged them. So it's on you. So power has not been of use to northern Nigeria for the period it has lasted. For the fact that the north had been behind in several indices of development, there should have been a concerted effort in terms of bringing development to that part of the country. But look at what we are having now. In the last 8 years before the coming of this administration, in 2015, there was so much hope. There was so much belief and faith that the leadership that took over at the time would address these fundamental issues, but it was not. So nígbà téèyàn gbogbo fún ara yín tẹ́ ẹ lè ṣe ẹ wá expect kára àtàwá ṣe mo ṣe bẹ́lẹ́rù ló máa gbé níbi tó ti wúwo ẹlẹ́rù ló máa gbé níbi tó ti wúwo now. So power should be of use to the masses. In the north, power should address their poverty and insecurity. It should address the issues of development and not to be used to enrich an insignificant few who simply are parasitic on the economy of the country. Tòótọ́ ló sọ spot on, but oko tó jù ó bá wọn náà pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ tó nà ní pọ̀pá yìí. With regards to àwọn olóṣèlú òkè ọya Shehu ní òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ló sọ, but pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ tó nà ní pọ̀pá ó ta bá wọn náà tó rárá wọn ni wọn náà ara wọn ni wọn náà. Nígbà tí Buhari wà bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo yín lẹ́mọ̀ tọ̀rọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ dùtún so kí kẹ́kẹ́ kó parí mi ò fẹ́ gbọ́ pín mi ò fẹ́ gbọ́ pín kankan ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọya ẹ ti kéjù ẹ kó gbá wọlé ẹ fold shop ẹ park inside. So oh my goodness, so let's find out what the people have to say. Politician na so them be. Has there ever been a united Nigeria before? Let this country just scatter once and for all. Maybe that is the only way to prosper as a nation. So we should keep dying in silence for Nigeria to be in unity, as if unity day before. Shehu, do not jump the gun. Let him complete 18 months out of his first tenure before you talk about second term. Have we ever been united? That's a lame excuse to unvaccinated the virus in Aso Rock. Nigeria is sick. We all know the problem. Benny, another person said, excuse me. Another person said, let me tell you an open secret. 1,000 sultans and Fulani put together cannot unseat President Tinubu in 2027. Buhari beheaded us for 8 years in the south and they made a belt. And no Fulani leader came out to declare war on Buhari. They all kept quiet, talking nonsense on TV and deceiving themselves, thinking we are fools. If Buhari could kill us in the south for 8 years and destroy the economy of Nigeria for 8 years, and we all tolerated it, then Atiku and Rufai and Saraki and Sultan Lamido and Abdusalam Abubakar and all the Funanis are jokers. It is 2027 that we will know the real owners of Nigeria. 2027 is a battle between two groups and two groups alone. The indigenous Nigerians and the non-indigenous Nigerians. It is a battle between the killer evil Fulani and the rest of us. Now, somebody said, the progressive Fulanis are fooling with the president, and the Fulani that are upset are the Fulanis that have lost out with Tinubu. All Nigerians own Nigeria. Somebody said, Aboki don't understand, say, if we do anyhow, he ain't go see anyhow. The writing is clear on the wall. No going back on restructuring, no matter how Aboki beg. When we tell una to behave on ourselves, una just they do anyhow. Tinubu ganged up with the North to push Jonathan out, and Nigeria did not break. So if Tinubu is voted out in 2027, nothing will happen. Because it got to my shell. Na them. Obasanjo Yoruba man brought Jonathan to power, and he agreed to spend only one term because he already spent the remaining 2 years of Yar'Adua's first term, so that power can return back to the north peacefully. But because of your ignorance and selfishness, you want him to continue without minding that as at then, power had already been with the south for 14 years. President Jonathan and President Jonathan are already endorsing President Tinubu. T.Y. Danjuma that killed Rosi and gave power to the north have already realized his mistake and declared war on Fulani and the Sokoto Caliphate. He has also endorsed Tinubu. General Gowon is telling Tinubu not to be afraid, and he must carry on. All the military generals in the south and middle belt are all in full gear for President Tinubu, because the whole of Nigeria are very awakened to the Sokoto jihad of Usman Danfodio and the evil agenda of the Southerner that said this nation Nigeria will be the estate of his grandfather. That is why they are committing ethnic cleansing throughout the Middle Belt. President Obasanjo will never walk to unseat Tinubu because of his stupid Fulani man when it is still the turn of the South. Don't say that at all. Don't say that at all. Well, let's see where you're going with your point. I don't think Atiku and his Fulani born to rule realize what time it is in Nigeria. Una, good morning. Is Nigeria a united country? Cash out times, even for Afro sporting guy man. I used to take this man seriously as a patriot. So if Tinubu administration is inept and plunge the country into severe hardship, and masses should endure it for 8 years in order to keep the unity of the country, one would never hear it all in the contraction called Nigeria. Rishi. So Tinubu is the one who pledged Nigeria to this. Abi? So it is not all the years of Jonathan and Buhari and the corruption of the entire system. Abi, not today. This country doesn't belong to the North alone. I will not rule 8 years and want to snatch power back after 4 years. If that is the way you do not want to play, then the country will go up in flames. The existence of Tinubu continuing in office, whether by hook or crook, is what will divide this country. Sani should tell him to address the needs of Nigeria, otherwise he should begin to pack his luggage to the road. They play. We are suffering for the evil 8 years of Buhari. Spot on. And the removal and restructuring Tinubu is doing. You can only remove Tinubu in your dreams. Keep dreaming. That is not your real fear, Mr. Man. So all you care about in this forced unity and gang up about against a particular region. So the North should continue to support this government against all odds. But rest assured that it won't happen, and just get ready to face your fears. That turn by turn government you're suggesting won't work in this country anymore. The government has failed Nigerians and with their unproductive policies. So get ready for the consequences coming soon. Talk is cheap. Vote from not or not. Tinubu will complete 8 years like Buhari did. That is what we are telling all you bastards. Nigeria belongs to all of us, so nobody can threaten anybody. Okay. A very undemocratic statement or opinion by Shehu. So, if Tinubu continues to suffocate Nigerians, then Nigerians will be at unity to continue to receive suffering, pains, and hardship from his lousy government. Nonsense. Because the unity Shehu is claiming is maintained under Tinubu is already a disaster unity, which is all about undemocratic. Democracy demands that people unseat a tyrant leader, not protect or preserve him. Uncle Sani, stop misyanning. Anyone who is not performing should be voted out by fire by force. As of Buhari, be used to achieve it. Does Buhari have that political myth to upstate Tinubu? If it is Obasanjo, I will say yes, it will work. But Buhari, I laugh in Swahili. Can you imagine? Ẹ lọ gbé Buhari wá igúnnúkó. Àìdàdógò. Shehu. Ọ̀gá kọ̀ọ̀gá ni kò dánú. So, that is the note. Oh, they are crying me a river. Oh. Well, there's sense in their nonsense. The sense is that well, some are for, some are against. So, they are wondering. Àwọn ará òkè ya wọ́n ti bà lókùn báyìí. Ará orókò ará òradìẹ. Àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà wọ́n ti gbódó míì. Àti lọ ti bọ̀ báyìí ní palẹ̀kùn ẹran ọ̀jẹ̀. So, wọ́n jẹ́ máa yanjú ẹ̀. Wàhálà ìdààmú ìfòòró. Gógó mú wọn báyìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ gódó gan yìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ gódó gan yìí. Ó ti wá jókòó sí gógó mú wọn. So, Tinubu just 1 year péré. So, kò 7 years. Ó ti fi wọ́n sí choke mode. Wọ́n ló wà inaccessible. Ó wà untouchable. Èèyàn kúkúrú bí Lizzy. Kúkúrú bí ikú ọkọ ọmọ wàrà wọn tó kúrú, tó tún dúdú, tó tún lójú lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n máa ń burú gan. Wọ́n máa ń burú gan. Tinubu tí gbogbo nǹkan ọwọ́ ẹ̀ tó lẹ́pọ̀, tó dúró straight. Yóò fi mú yín fọ́n fèrè. Tí ì rí nǹkan kan sẹ́. Ajayi tó wọlé tẹkùn lọ ni. Ẹjọ́ máa fẹ́ jẹ́wẹ́ ní. Buhari ti sọ pé the monkey and the baboon. Èmi ò wá mọ monkey. Bóyá yàrá òkè ya ni monkey. Bóyá Tinubu ni monkey. Bóyá yàrá òkè ya ni baboon ni. Bóyá Tinubu ni baboon ni. Ìgbà yìí kọ́kọ́ lọ̀rọ̀ tí Buhari sọ tó ní àti the monkey àti the baboon wọ́n máa jọ fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀ ní family ní ẹjọ́ra yín. Ẹjọ́ra yín ìkan kọ̀ ga jù kan lọ, ìkan ní iṣan jù kan lọ, but family ní yín àti monkey àti baboon. Rufai ti sọ ó ní the horse and the donkey. Family kan náà jọ ní àwọn àmọ́ the horse àmọ́ the donkey. Iṣẹ́ laago ṣe kú ni. So whatever. Ó tún ní the beauty and the beast. Àwọn ò mọ beauty àmọ́ the beast. But time will tell. Bí kú ló lóko bí tàkùté ni. 2027 àti 2031. Òun ló máa tell ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọ̀yà àti ojú yọbọ. Ṣògo lérí ọmọ olódó dẹ. Ẹ ti jọ kẹsẹ̀ bọ́ ṣòkòtò kan náà. Meanwhile, kóòtù àṣípadà ẹ máa gbé lọ. Gbogbo àwọn adájọ́, gbogbo àwọn agbẹjọ́rò, olùpẹ̀jọ́, olùjẹ́jọ́, ó ti báyé yẹ wọ́n tán. Ìwà àbàjẹ́ ni wọ́n hù. Ó ti fi rìbá, ó ti fi dín wọn lẹ́nu. So, káwa máa wò ó. Ibi tágbára yín kù sí, òun ni INEC. Káwa máa wò bóyá Yakubu. Ó lè wù kó rí ìṣọ̀fù kó mú Yakubu kó gbé kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí yín bá ba yín ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọ̀yà lẹ bá ń jàgbọ́n sí kọ́. Lẹ bá ń jàgbọ́n sí kọ́ ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọ̀yà lẹ bá fi kerosene, lẹ bá fi mu gàrí o, lẹ bá fi petrol, lẹ bá fi dín ẹyin. Lẹ bá mélùbọ́ lẹ fi ṣe makeup. Lẹ wá mú koríko lẹ fi ṣe wíìgì. Ní gbẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá gbiná. Oh my God, Nigeria, like ẹ̀yin ará òkè ọ̀yà. Ẹ ṣáà ń pa mí lẹ́rìn. ẹ pa mí lẹ́rìn ni àsán yẹ̀yẹ́ yẹ̀yẹ́ àlè àmọ̀dá àsán ìranù àjẹyàwó ìsìn lẹ́wà fariwo ta tí ì rí ìkọ̀kọ̀ ọdún mẹ́jọ ni ọdún mẹ́jọ ni ẹ ti gbàgbé gbogbo bí tẹ́ ẹ jọ tójú bọ̀ ni ẹ ti gbàgbé gbogbo òmùlẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ jọ ṣe ẹ ti gbàgbé gbogbo awo tẹ́ ẹ jọ ṣe gbogbo ó da awo ó dìmùlẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ jọ ẹ lè dálẹ̀ so ẹ tí mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ tara bọ̀ ẹ tí mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ yanjú ẹ tí rí ìkankan Tinubu ìwọ kọ́ wá fẹ́ Maradona ju Maradona ó ti gba Maradona lọ́wọ́ Buhari anyway ṣá ọ̀gá ní ẹ̀ náà ọ̀gá ní ó bá wọn bẹ̀ báyìí kódà ó overtake wọn ó surpass wọn ó suppress wọn wọ́n lò wá accessible yín yá mo ti rò pé àwọn á máa rí ẹ lórí kan táwọn bá ní Tinubu jókòó dìde sùn system Buhari ni wọ́n náà lò so that is it kò sí jàmbá ẹjọ́ máa ṣe fúnra yín ni so that is it Abubakar Lukman Shehu they are crying me a river They are crying me a river that they did not cry when Buhari was there. They are crying me a river. But this is just the beginning. They ain't seen nothing yet. They ain't seen wọ́n ti rí nǹkan kan. Tinubu á bá wọn tọwọ́ ńgbà tó tiẹ̀ kúrò tó lọ sí òkè ọ̀yà apá àṣàlẹ̀ rọ̀ àlàáfíà atẹ́gùn fẹ́ sílẹ̀ àlàáfíà bá pa àṣàlẹ̀. Ọlọ́run bá wa ti ràn lọ ẹjọ́ ló máa yanjọ́ ọmọ lókun ọmọ ní ìdẹ ọmọ ní ìsinsìn kùnà sìn ọmọ lókun ọmọ ní ìdẹ ọmọ tí ìyá tó bí gan ó pọ̀ tì bàbá tó bí pọ̀ tì ẹ̀yin wa ẹ wá mọ̀jẹ̀ wá pọ̀ náà sọ gangan adìyẹ àgbébọ̀ ìbá ṣe kínní kan ṣe lówó ẹ̀ máa ta ṣé lówó ẹ̀ máa ta ẹ máa ràn so on that note oh my God until I come your way again, thanks for listening to me. Bye. Oh.